everyone, Positron taking a quick look at Nova Drift. Nova Drift is an arcade-style space shooter, currently on Kickstarter. It's got about 2 days left, I think, at the time of this recording, and maybe 3. I think it's pretty cool. The developer tossed me over a build to check out and make a video if I wanted to, which I played around with it for a while, and I think it's pretty interesting. It's got this upgrade mechanic that I think is pretty cool. Feels a little bit like a roguelike in that sense, as you know, more so than your standard space shooter. But we'll just get started here. I'm not going to have any of the advanced options on, basically. Controlling this with mouse right now. The only downside I will say right now is I do wish the control schemes were a little more varied. I'd love to play this with a combination of mouse and keyboard, and right now it's only one or the other. But again, this is like super early build, obviously. Is basically like an alpha build. For the sake of, you know, kind of showing off for Kickstarter. So I get the feeling that's something that will come along the way. So kill enemies sometimes to drop orbs. If we get orbs, we can pick upgrades. And so I can also reroll too. If I don't like these upgrades, I can choose different ones. I think I'll actually probably take, I actually really like Salvo. The heat-seeking missiles, because I am terrible at aiming, is pretty solid. Watch out for those. Yeah, so enemies are semi-randomly generated. They get tougher over time. Let's see. Take choice of 3. Your first upgrades are always weapon, hull, and shield, and then it kind of randomizes from there. I really like drones. Research body is also pretty cool, lets you level up faster. Let's go with drones, because that gets to be pretty interesting. It also probably ensures that this first round will be a little longer. I also want to grab, alright, what do we have here? We could get warp shield, reflex shield, temporal shield. I don't really like any of these. Let's reroll. We can get temporal, warp, or helix. I actually really like the helix shield. Helix shield, when you take damage, you kind of get these little orbitals. So anything that's nearby kind of gets immediately kind of torn apart, so it's really, really good for protecting you against things that are kind of rushing you down, to ensure that you don't just get comboed to death. I want to grab magnetism as soon as possible. Makes picking up the orbs basically a non-consideration, whereas without it you really kind of have to focus on that. So it does cost a level to grab it, but I think it's worth it. Alright, so let's see. We have the engineering shield, which means that our oh no, we took did we take engineer? Yeah. Which means every time we buy drones or we choose drones, we get more drones. But there's other things you see, like blast radius, weapon damage. You can add targeting to anything. And you can see too that each one of these has its own tree along the side there. I'm actually just gonna quickly turn this down ever so slightly. I think it might be drowning me out. I do dig the soundtrack though. Pretty nice, pretty good space music, I will say. But yeah, so you see this tree on the side too. Basically, each upgrade kind of has this little path of 4 different upgrades. You got the first one, and then you have a choice of the second ones, but you can get both. Like, you're not ever locked out from these. And then eventually leads to a final one. So I'm actually gonna grab... Ooh, this is actually a tough choice because added projectiles is pretty good for Salvo. Yeah, let's go with added projectiles actually. So we'll pick up drones probably next level. Now I actually have the, when I've been playing off camera, I actually prefer to play with the increased wave speed. Challenge modifier. Makes the game actually quite a bit harder, but I like the pace a little better. You see here that our weapon doesn't do like a ton of damage, so it does take quite a few shots to get through there. We can get blast radius, reach rate of fire. I kind of want to go for drones. Let's see if we can get a reroll here. No drones in the reroll. Mines aren't bad. They're actually kind of interesting with a homing weapon. Yeah, so let's grab this. So when mines get spawned, they'll either explode on contact or after a certain amount of time, and they'll actually fire our weapon, which is these homing missiles. Or it fires our primary weapon at least, which it does pretty good. It fires quite a few because we got projectile upgrades. And if you're thinking so far like, oh man, this looks like really easy, it gets much harder as time goes on. They could also leave a shockwave. Could increase the targeting potential. I think we do want to do that. Increased targeting is very helpful. So this will make these home in even better. And we get the final upgrade. It actually gets to a point where you can basically just fire in the complete opposite direction and they'll find their targets. Yeah, I think the concept of this is pretty cool. I really like that, you know, like I'm obviously a fan of roguelikes, so it's kind of got a little bit of that in, you know, like the item combination sort of deal. It also, you know, kind of builds on, builds on asteroids, right? I mean, like, who doesn't like asteroids? I was never very good at asteroids, you can probably already tell that. Oh my. But it kind of builds on that classic formula. Let's see. We want to go for guidance here. Kind of want to go for weapon damage first, actually. So we're obviously lacking that. So this is a pretty significant damage upgrade now. Just got some asteroids here and clear these out. I don't know if we home in on asteroids. Looks like we do a little bit. There are like mini bosses as well too. I've never actually completed a run. There is apparently some sort of final boss, but I have not gotten to it yet. So, say shield effect radius. Ooh, splinter. Your primary projectile splinters into weaker mini projectiles if destroyed on impact. That sounds like it'd be really cool. Yes, so we get even more missiles basically. There's also too, you can see that at the bottom. Oh, gotta watch out for those. That we could choose different gear as well. So if we decide that, like, you know, one of the items that we're using isn't not working for us, we can actually choose a different one. That does take a level though. So it does cost you a level to do so. There is a reroll that you can get, like a full reroll that can happen, like a rebirth. All right, micro missiles is pretty good. We should really start getting drones because we've got this drone body and we just haven't been using it. Alright, so there we go. So we get drones. Drones will fire at nearby enemies. There's quite a few types. I think it's like 4 or 5 different drone types. These are just your basic assault drones, so they'll orbit around us and they'll fire at anything that comes within range. And they have a pretty good long range. It's almost full screen. In fact, it might actually be full screen. Sure, it'll be firing even just to place these. Oh, jeez. Those are some of the most dangerous enemies that I've come across. There's really not a lot that protects you against laser beams other than killing those enemies. You really can't outrun them. Alright, good. A lot of upgrade orbs here. What do we got? We could go for... I think I will probably go for predator drones. Yeah. So in this one, instead of the drones orbiting you, they actually will chase around enemies. Which is pretty cool. Pretty handy. You can still get like an orbiting defense drone. There's still a type that won't apply to this, but I find these are really good for kind of keeping things off of you. And the one thing I was saying about the control is that I do wish you could do kind of like a combination, like aiming with the mouse and moving with the keyboard. You can choose between keyboard and mouse. There's a couple of alternate control schemes, but I hope they add more because I'd like to have that combination. It would feel kind of classic for me, you know, like pressing up to move forward and things like that. Especially because I found that I am not very good at dodging. So any advantage I can get would be preferable. Alright, let's see. Shield durability is always good. Hull strength, kind of getting to the point where I'm concerned about survivability, so let's get shield durability. Alright, here we get some of these bigger enemies coming in here. You guys are pretty beefy. The other nice thing about the drones is that oh, those drones just got knocked out. They will respawn. Okay, we're gonna watch out for this. So this is kind of one of the mini bosses. Yeah, drones will respawn over time as they take damage. I really don't want to be surrounded here, but it seems to have actually worked out in my favor. Let's actually grab an upgrade here. Let's see. Go singular strike. Increases the size of the center projectile. Payload definitely seems good. Yeah, so this will... Oh, geez, we gotta get out of here. So I actually lost my shield there. It will regenerate over time, but I'm super vulnerable right now while it's down. But you can see that we're doing significantly more damage, and my shield did regenerate, so... My drones are kind of getting torn up here, so if I can get some more drone upgrades, that would definitely be a plus here. In fact, here it is. Yeah, elegant construction, drone hull strength, drone mobility, drone rate of fire. Definitely want to grab that. It's a very, very good upgrade. And that's kind of an interesting thing too, is that I haven't found there are many like weak upgrades. I find most of the upgrades that I've chosen are pretty potent. There's certainly weapons I like more than others, but that's a playstyle thing too. Like there's a railgun that is actually extremely powerful, but only pinpoint accurate. I imagine that one's pretty good if you're really, really sharp with your aiming, because it seems to do just a ludicrous amount of damage. I don't know what that purple like black hole thing is, but I'm gonna stay away from it. Sometimes you'll have a singularity spawn as well, which is basically just it's essentially just a big old black hole that'll move through the area, and if you touch it, you die. So that can be pretty sketchy when it happens. We'll probably see one of those before the run is over. Not sure what causes them to spawn, but actually kind of surprised we haven't seen one yet. There we go, hull strength. Decoy drone is pretty good. Yeah, let's go decoy drone. So that's those two there. And again, we get an extra drone every time we pick one because we have the engineering hull. So we're basically very drone focused. So this will cause enemies to fire those drones instead of us. Doesn't mean we can't get hit, but certainly less likely to get hit. Nice, that was definitely our mines helping out quite a bit there. Anything that charges up is pretty scary. Usually means it's either going to do a lot of damage or it's going to be a laser. Lasers are terrifying. I don't really want last stand. Clone drone. I've never actually seen this one before. I don't think I've ever gotten that far down the tree. Attacks enemies with your weapon and weapon mods. Huh. So this is going to make my drones fire homing missiles. Or at least that type. That one drone at least. Well, that's crazy. It actually fires like a perfect copy of my weapon. Just dramatically reduced rate of fire. That's awesome. I've actually never grabbed that upgrade before. In fact, this might be one of my better runs now at this point. Getting close at least. This is crazy power. Okay, so here this is kind of like the first boss. This guy has a ton of health. And he does a lot of damage. So you can kind of escape off the side of the screen, basically, and wrap around. I don't want to get touched by that. Fortunately, our drones are still attacking while I'm flying around here. Uh-oh, look out. Oh, we got more enemies coming in too. That's dicey. Oh god, don't want to get touched by that though. Alright, we're in a really bad place. Maybe hull strength? Since I'm kind of afraid. Also, the reason I'm glowing right now, I think is actually just a bug with leveling up and going into the menu too fast. Maybe not, that might be a power-up I'm not understanding just yet. Can't believe this guy's still alive. Our drones are having a hell of a time, too. And that's the, you know, the problem is that our drones are a lot of our damage and they're getting just destroyed. They'll come back, of course, but it does take time. There we go. Oh, shoot. Oh, he actually... I actually thought he got hit there. Definitely want to stay as far away from this as possible. I think these are almost like an enrage mechanic. Like if you take too long on a wave, then this spawns. Our drones are getting torn up there. Oh, I think we got him. Nice. Alright, phew, past that. Let's see, micro missiles, absorption. Absorption is just like straight up damage reduction. Definitely think we'll take that. I'm trying to think what my high score is. I think it's like 35,000, so probably we'll surpass that. Juggernaut is a huge increase in survivability at the cost of mobility. And seeing as that my dodging is really bad, I think this is probably a good idea. I would like to get more further down the guidance tree as well, if possible. Anything to improve my drones too, because they're starting to really have some trouble. Right, let's get some shield regen here. Oh man. I think my Helix shield saved me there. Let's see, we could do shielded drones, but then we don't get a shield. Shield radius, I don't think is... Probably one of the upgrades I don't really understand. Let's see, hull regeneration, focus fire, shield cooldown could be good. I don't really like the upgrades for those. I don't think I'm skilled enough to do that. Let's see. Tempted to use a reroll here. Yeah, why don't we? Alright. Yeah, battalion drones are really good. Wow, force armor is also extremely good. Let's take battalion drones though, because then we'll get even more drones. Yeah. So this is even more drones. Now they won't be flying with us because we have that other upgrade. But basically we got 4 more drones, and they'll all fly together and chase down targets. Yeah, you can see them flying back there now. And we have just a ton of them. They're kind of all stacked up at the moment, but... oh, let's get out of here. So yeah, what other impressions? Oh man, these is new enemies to me. Probably because I've not made it this far before. Overall impressions are pretty positive. I think it's pretty cool. It's very flashy. Get more defense drones or force armor. Ooh, that's a tough call. If we get this, we'll have all the drones. So let's do that. I think we have all the drones now. Yeah, it's pretty flashy. Simultaneously tense and relaxing. I think it's cool that there's a lot of modifiers too to make the game more challenging. Basically playing on easy mode right now. Maybe we'll play around with like max all the challenge options I have upgraded here after this. Oh, I want to go grab those. There we go. What else we got here? Shielded drones I don't think I really want. Singular strike. I've never had reflexive shields before. Hull regen's pretty good. Let's try a reroll. Velocity could be good. Here we go. Guidance is what I was looking for. Now our rate of fire is going to be pretty bad, so I want to upgrade that again at some point. But oh geez, having more guidance is good again because then I can kind of just. Oh, holy crap. Okay, I've never seen this enemy before. Maybe this is... I wonder if this is like... This is potentially the final boss of this mode. Oh my. Okay, so don't go in there. We seem to be knocking pieces off of him. He has done a ton of... He's wiped out all of our drones. My shield's almost down too. This is... Alright, my shield is gone. You see how much weaker we are without the drones, too. Really need my shield to come back. Aw, oh, damn it. It was a damn good run, though. It was definitely my best run so far. Hostile universe. Challenge mode unlocked. Mod unlocked mastery. Yeah, so you get more unlocks, too, as you level up here. Mastery sounds really good. Cool. Alright, enter my initials. Let's just do a quick run with, like, all the stuff on. Do I want Hostile Universe on as well? Sure, why not? It'll probably be pretty entertaining. I imagine this is gonna be a really short run. Yeah, overall my impressions of the game are pretty positive. I hope, I hope they're able to flesh out all the ideas here. So we can get grenades. I don't think I've actually ever used Blade Drone. Is actually really cool. It's kind of like a boomerang thing. I don't think I've actually ever used grenades. Huh, well, that's kind of interesting. They are very slow. You can fire more than one at a time, so that's good. So you can see here that we have enemies coming in much faster. Let's see, Hullbreaker, Assault, Stealth. We can burn stuff with our thrusters. Oh, let's try Assault. That seems to also increase the range. Amp Shield, Temporal. Let's try Amp Shield. So we'll really ramp up our damage. But we'll be pretty squishy. I do like that it changes the color of your projectiles and such as well. It's kind of a neat touch. We definitely need magnetism. What else we got here? Added projectiles, probably? Yeah, there we go. So now we can throw out a ton of... There goes my shield. Now we can throw out a ton of grenades at once here. Probably gonna have trouble keeping track of myself, but boy, it's a lot of enemies. Holy crap. Let's see. Singular strike, shield durability, mines. Mines could be cool because we got. So we're basically gonna have mines that spawn mines. Is kind of how that's gonna work out, I think. Yeah. So we have mines that spawn grenades. Nice. And we spawn grenades spawn mines by dropping grenades. This is pretty ridiculous looking. It's like friggin' 4th of July up in here. Creates mines twice as frequently, but you cannot. I kind of want to go for that. Creates mines twice as frequently, but you can't fire your normal weapon. But I mean, like, it shouldn't really. With our weapon, it might not matter. So I think that could be like a really funny upgrade. Let's see. I don't know if we want that necessarily. Blast radius. Yeah. Bigger blast radius, sure. So if I can survive long enough to get that upgrade, that could be pretty fun. Maybe I should reroll for it. What is this one? Emergency systems. Shield radius. High explosive. Yeah. More blast radius. Let's do it. Going max explosive build here. This looks absolutely absurd. Rupture. Oh, here we go. Mine. Yeah, mine focus. More weapon damage, more weapon velocity. We cannot fire on a normal weapon. Sweet. So we're just gonna make a ton of mines, and they're gonna explode and throw out grenades. I don't know if this is actually better, but it's amusing. That is a lot of mines. We can kind of just focus on dodging at this point. Boy, I'm actually doing a lot better on this run than I thought I would. Yeah, sure. More blast radius. Let's do it. Oh, I picked up another reroll there. See the little dice. I actually didn't realize those were just drops. I thought they were part of the level up process. Mine's for everyone. And I think this is kind of, ooh, more blast damage, but less blast radius. Payload, yeah, more blast radius. Let's do it. And I think this is kind of like the main joy of the game, is its absurdity. You know, like, do you like flashing colors and explosions? Then this is right up your alley. That is a lot of grenades. I'm really amazed this is working. Oh, watch out for those. Those comments are brutal. It is tough to directly target something though. That is the one downside of this. Like, the boss might just tear me apart. Huh, we can stun. Oh, is the splinter gonna work? Like, will this actually splinter? I wonder. Yeah, they actually all splinter because they get destroyed kind of like no matter what. They always splinter into other grenades. There are so many explosions. I have no idea what's going on. Killing this guy is proving difficult though. There we go. I'm also pretty low on hull strength. Wow, we're already on these enemies, huh? Oh, there goes my shield. That's a problem. Yeah, why don't you come on through here? There we go. What else we got? Corrosion. Ooh. It spreads to nearby targets. I've never had that before either. So now we have corrosive grenades. I'm dead. Alright, I deserve that. That's fun though. Serpent. Huh. Oh, it's not been yet added to the game. That's interesting. Alright. Well, I think that was actually one of my higher scores, I think. Yeah, that'll do it for now. If you're interested in this, if you're interested in backing it or just reading more about it, I'll have a link in the description below where you can go check that out. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click like, helps a bunch. Subscribe for more, and I will see you soon.